Hey, what's up everyone, Budz here and I'm back again bringing you another video, and today we're going to talk about Rangers. So Ranger skill is not applicable to ADL Ranger or Sniper. If you check it here, the only skill that you need to get is this Fear Breeze and Warg Rider. And of course Nature's Protection is going to be nice, but it doesn't give any damage boost. The only thing that gives damage boost in here is the Exceed Break, but this particular skill, if you noticed in my previous video, I showed you how this Exceed Break skill going to eat your attack speed. So let's avoid this one for now. It's because you cannot get a decent attack speed out of this. Alright, so you need to have a whitesmith for this, and then change your items into an brooch, agi brooch or something like that. Alright, so let's talk about first what is going to be the best items to get as a ranger, and also the stat. It's because if you reach 110, you no longer need a agility as much as 70, I guess. It's because every time you level, the character is going to get a permanent agility and dex out of it, or maybe the int and vitality. Of course, all the items, all the attributes that an archer can get. Alright, so I think the agility, dex, and then the int is the main permanent stat that they will give each time you level. Right, so you need to reduce this one after you reach level 110. Okay, so that's it so far. Let's now move on to the items. So in the items, if you notice in here, you need to get at least a level 10 Nile bracelet. It's because you can get an extra range damage plus 2%. Alright, so you need to get yourselves a plus 10 Nile bracelet if you can. And then let's move on. Of course, I'm still using Malang. Malang is still the best for now. It's because Exceed Break is not going to be preferable at the moment. It's because, like I said, it is going to eat your attack speed. And you need a team. If you're going to at least have level 5 Exceed Break, you still have a decent amount of attack speed boost in order to attain those 480 attack speed, the max attack speed. Alright, so undershirt. Between undershirt and Blue Eve, I prefer the undershirt. It's because, where is it? Let's check it out first. This one, undershirt. I obviously have this one, and look at this. Attack plus 1%, and then every 10 flee grants 1 attack. So that is very nice. And of course, if you reach tier 8, attack plus 1%, and then plus 2% crit damage each refining level gain after refining plus 10. Alright, so if you reach plus 11 on this undershirt, of course you will have plus 2% crit damage. Alright, so that's nice. On the Blue Cape, in here you only can get an attack speed of 5%, and of course strength, we don't need strength. As a range attacker, we need dex. Alright, so I think episode 5, this is going to be better. It's because they will add another tier to this, and this is going to be preferable for an ADL sniper with Exceed Break. Alright, so now let's move on to the boots. Of course, I prefer this one than the rune boots. It's because at the moment rune boots doesn't have a tier upgrade, while this Advanced activity shoes, as you can see in here, if you have a lot of money, you can spend those on this advanced activity shoes. As you can see in here, when strength and dex reaches to 225, you're going to have a plus 3% attack, which is this rune boots has. And then when refining plus 12 and agility reaches to 150, you're going to get an additional plus 5% crit damage. So that is very nice if you're going to have a plus 12 advanced activity shoes. Not only that, you can also get agility plus 4 in here, and then plus 10 all in all. And you also have a decent movement speed compared to the rune boots, as you can see in here. So this is better than the rune boots, right? So now let's move on. A fairy in a battle. So as you can see, the prices now is dropping fast. So you need to have a slotted fairy in battle. I think I will repair this one and then make this one a slotted one. That's because I prefer the enchantment attributes in here. It has a physical damage increase of 3%. So this is going to be nice. I will keep this one and try to upgrade its refinement level up to, I think, at least 6. Alright, so in here, for my second accessories, I'm going for this one, the Dugtooth gloves. As you can see, damage to demon race monster. And of course, not only that, if we unlock tier 3, look at that, if you unlock tier 3, we're now going to have an additional 5 dex and also an additional 32 attack. No, not 32, because it's because 16 times 3 is going to be 48. Alright, 48, and then damage dealt to brutes monster plus 5%. So this is going to be nice. And if you unlock tier 3 and have a plus 12 Dugtooth gloves, you're going to have an additional plus 4% range damage. So this is going to be a very nice accessories paired with this slotted fairy battle as an ADL sniper, right? Okay, now let's move on to the headgear. So as a free player, of course, let me show you how free I am. As you can see in here, I spent a fair amount of money on the start of this server. I bought BCC on 2018, so at the start of 2019, I didn't bought any anymore. So I think I spent under $20, so that is not a lot of money. For me, I am still a free player. This is going to be the best at the moment. Ice Apple. You should get this one. As you can see, range damage plus 3% is going to be much better than this cut air berit attack plus 5%. Alright, so attack plus 5% is going to only boost your raw attack, while the range damage is going to boost your multipliers. So your for example, your critical and then damage increase multiplier is going to be boosted with range damage plus 3. So that's it. For the face, this is going to be the best for demi-human. And by the way guys, there's a new card that you can use on in here. Like for example, the Marmot or Martin headgear. I think it's the Marmot. This one. Check this one, Martin card. Def plus 10 and damage to dark monster plus 10%. So this is going to be nice if you are dealing with dark monster. This is a attack boost for us. Like for example, Owl Baron, an MVP, the time holder, and so on and so forth. Alright, for the face, Haki Mask is going to be the best for the human. And for brute, for the Garm, I prefer this one. As you can see, wind damage plus 10%. So this is going to be nice against Garm. But I cannot craft this one at the moment. That's because Mastella fruit is so damn expensive. As you can see in here, I'm going to spend a lot of money if I'm going to craft this one. So I'm not going to. If you have a gacha, the best gacha in here is the Frost Mask. You can check it. Alright, Frost Mask. And then for the mouth, for the human, this is going to be best. The human monster, like for example, Orc Hero and then Orc Lord. This is going to be nice. And for typical monster, Blue Gun is going to be good. It's because it adds +4, and if this is +5, you're going to get a additional Dex +1. So a total of Dex +5 if this is +5. And then for the back, Sakura Puppet is nice. And then Golden March. So I got this one. I was so lucky. Now if you don't have this one, there's a lot of tail that you can use. Like for example, where is it? Like this one, as you can see, damage to fire monster. If you're dealing with the fire monster, this is going to be nice. Damage to demi-human. Of course, this is a gacha tail, so we don't need that one. This one, movement speed, and then I think this is also a gacha. This is also a gacha, but so far this is going to be good. And also the arena tail, the fox tail, I guess, that adds up a refined attack. I'm going to study first the rune. That's because we have a lot of new runes involved in here, and I need to experiment my way up into here to get the best attack there is. Going to have an experiment on this one later on, and I'm going to share to you what is the best rune path that you need to get in order to have more attack. The skill. So after you change into Ranger, the first thing you need to do is get this one. You need to level this up to level 20, and after that you need to get this one, Fear Breeze. Alright, so auto attack has a 5% chance to trigger one more attack, so this is going to be nice. And extra normal attack for 50% chance, that's nice. And also War Grider, as you can see in here. This is going to be helpful if you are going to travel. As you can see, if you need to go somewhere, there's going to be a handful skill to have. And then lastly is going to be this one, Fairy Awakening. You need to max this one also. It's because as an ADL sniper, you're going to have a 30% higher chance to deal critical attack and 30% higher to trigger beast, so that is nice. The max is I think 50%, so if your opponent has a 50% HP, then you're going to trigger more critical and beast on that particular target. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something from this. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want my future content, please subscribe. Until then, see ya in the next one. Bye, guys.